Nosferatu.
Nosferatu!
Hey y'all, welcome back to Blumber's Review. So today I brought the Nosferatu. This is the ultimate action figure from NECA, a symphony of horror. That's what it says on the box. I really do love this piece. Not the first guy to open this from the box. This is the second item that I got. So it has a teeny tiny marks and possibly a scuff that I didn't manage to find it until I record this video. But here it is. Overall, it is really nicely it's in decent condition, so yeah, I'm gonna keep it in my collection even after I do this review. Sometimes I let my figures go after I review, but this thing, I'll keep it with me. Hands down. So let's get straight to the box. So we have a picture of Nosferatu, a Symphony of Horror Ultimate Action figure. From the side, you have an image of him, more image of him at the back. This is truly terrifying. I think this was released in 1920s, right? 1922, from what I remember. It's really an old play, really an old movie. Look at that, Nosferatu at the back, at the bottom. Pause the video if you want to read something. Who sculpted and directed, painted these kind of things. At the inside of the box, another picture of Orlok himself. So, yeah, let's get straight to the accessories first, as we always do. This is the open grip hand over here. Focus, please. There we go. Maybe one by one. They both are in similar sculpting. Look at that. Look how deadly his long fingernail looks, like a claw. Nicely done wrinkles at the bottom. Look at the detail of the vein there. That is pretty good. His knuckles as well, the wrinkle on top of the finger. Nicely done weathering for the nails. It is really nicely done. Same goes to the other open hand. Again, the vein, nicely done in white painting. This tone of the skin, when I see it, it's nearly similar to bright purple-ish, somewhere around there. And really nice. The detail of the palm as well, pretty cool. I mean, I'm not going to spend the entire minute talking about the hand, but this is the closed grip hand to hold something maybe. Not really like a fist. Maybe it is. Due to his long fingernail, he might have to hold his fist in this way. But again, really nicely done. Vein again and stuff. This is the other open hand, which has scuffs. That's why I'm not using this accessory. But here it is. Nicely done. Overall. Open hand. And you get two similar gripping kind of hand that I've shown you before. This is more widely opened. You see a hole inside, so you can actually hold something. Next, let's get to this. Another gripping kind of hand. Oh, yeah, pretty sure this is used for him when he uses pen to write something on the paper. That is a cool accessory. Let's get to, speaking of the pen, let's get straight to it. So you get this kind of thing. You can take it out. The lid kind of thing. There's like a hole. And looking at the pen, nicely done. Nicely painted. Decently sculpted. Not too bad. Maybe a bit of more detail at this side, so that it makes it looks more like a feather. And I'm not so sure what this is called, but you have it really nicely made, durable. It's all in just glossy black plastic, so not much to talk about, honestly. Next, one of my favorite accessory that this guy comes with is the keychain kind of thing. The keys on the chain. Wow, this thing gets stuck sometimes. The keys there, do you see that? Yeah, it gets stuck sometimes, but it is there. Really nice. The chain here, again, amazing. Look at that. This is awesome. Love this accessory. And you have his actual paper that is made out of paper. paper. Yeah, it says something. cannot really read it. Look at that. It's made out of an actual paper, so you can rip it by accident. Just do be careful so that you don't break that thing. You have the other head over here. He seems quite mad about something within himself. Nicely done weathering. Overall, really cool. And comparing to the other heads, I'm gonna go through the actual Nosferatu's his ideal head as well. But both of them and this head has a pointy ear tip, so it is quite sharp. Look at that. But this particular head isn't. The ears stick all the way to the side. That is because you can use this head in order to put the hat on. Kind of looks like burnt bun, overcooked croissant. But you can make him wear the hat like that. It's a soft material, so you don't really have to worry about getting scuffs or anything. So that is a good thing. And going back to the final accessory, this head, he's looking more downwards at you. Look at that. Yeah, amazing detail. His iconic long nose, really, really cool. Slight weathering, all the wash near the eye section and his teeth. Really nicely made. Look at that. Love this accessory as well. Now let's have a look at the figure itself, because it is really nicely made. Nosferatu. What can we say? Very iconic. Look at that. Well, you have his iconic. I shouldn't really say iconic to every element of him, honestly, but he is classic. You know what I mean? His eyebrows really nicely sculpted. Again, nice wash near the eye section. I love this ideal pre-attached head sculpt that it comes with. Love this piece. Look at his long fang, nicely touched and sculpted. Of course, look at the vampire kind of thing. Look at that. Love how Orlok looks from the side, because it is pretty much terrifying. Oh, hello. Please focus on the figure. Don't be stupid, camera. I swear. There we go. Well, the backside of his head again. Well, not too much things to talk about, but it is nicely done overall. So do his little tiny hair pieces over his hair at the side. And inside his coat, there's some kind of details inside. Those are all wrinkles. So it is nicely done. And I love how the color of his coat looks. It's more of a fading brownish color, you know what I mean? It looks absolutely brown on the camera, but it actually isn't in real life. It's much more brighter than what you see in the camera right now. But still, it is nicely done. You see the buttons over here, that's really nice. The wrinkles at his mid-torso and his arm, love them. And because this figure has single-jointed arm, I don't think it ruins the detail of the coat that much compared to the ones that have double-jointed elbows. Really nice. Dang, please do focus on this figure. Look at that. The wrinkle at the backside of the coat as well. Are you serious? I think I should move the box to the center. So, yeah, nicely done. The back, bit of mark at the back, the backside of the coat, near to the side, but whatever. A wrinkle at his pants as well. Really nice. His shoe is somewhat nicely sculpted too. It is decent enough. Really nice. Under his boots, have his peg hole. Like that. His hand pieces is really nicely done on this thing as well. Love this piece. Love this more of a shorter clawed hand instead of the longer one that I've shown you in the beginning, because the long one, Yeah, it doesn't seem too fragile, but maybe as you try to switch the hand pieces from one to another, you might accidentally break it. So just to be careful when you do that. And yeah, that is pretty much it that we're gonna go through the detail. Now we're gonna get to the articulation. Because he has double jointed, ball jointed neck, he looks down by a lot and up a bit of side to side. The coat is what makes it a bit off, but you can rotate the head side to side. But if you do rotate your head side to side, his Adam's apple will tilt to sideways, and I always want to keep it at the center. That's why I'm not moving his head side to side much as I'm showing you this. It's the single jointed hinge for the this arm, which goes about that much, decent enough. Single jointed elbow, which goes a bit over 90 degrees, goes straight up like that. His wrist swivels 360. There's a hinge. Doesn't really have a torso articulation or anything, but his leg do go forwards and backwards. There's a thigh swivel. There's a single jointed knee, which goes up to about 90 degrees. There's a hinge, up and down hinge for the feet. There's a pivot, and there's a side to side rotation. There's like those classic NECA figure that you usually collect, at least for the Ultimate series. I don't think there's any waist swivel or anything inside under the coat. So yeah, just do be aware of that. And I think he is such an amazing figure. At least on my end. Like, the detail on this thing is quite fascinating. Love how you can see the actual color of Orlok in this figure, because the movie itself it's quite old, and because the film was made in black and white color mostly, there is also a black and white version of this figure from NECA. I actually wanted to get the colored version of Nosferatu Orlok figure on my hand. I'm glad that I got this guy finally, alongside with the Phantom of the Opera figure I have, which I didn't really review honestly, but I should do that review as well soon. Well, anyways, that is pretty much it for me for today's review. Enjoy your Halloween. Make sure to subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. If you want to communicate with myself, feel free to write appropriate comments below. Please do not write any inappropriate ones. I mean, I'm a type of guy who wants to spread positivity in this channel between the collectors who are gathering in this community within my channel. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. What the hell?